Hi, welcome to AFTV. It's now time for the player ratings after a 2-0 win against Leicester at their King Power. I've got Robbie and Lee. David Raya to start with, Robbie. Go.
Yeah, quiet afternoon for him, but it handled everything well, kept a clean sheet away from home, so I have to give him a 7. Did all right.
7, is that fair to say?
6 or 7. He didn't really have nothing to do, and what he did, he done okay. So really, it was an easy.
You can't give him a 6. 6.
Well, right, give him a 7 then.
Yeah, that sounds like he's been a bit harsh
making
then.
any mistakes, didn't do any problems. See what I mean?
All right then, yeah, okay.
7 for David Raya. Let's go right back. A man who looked absolutely knackered at the end of the game during timber.
I thought he was outstanding today. I really do. I forgot to mention it earlier on. I thought he was brilliant. Drove forward. Our best defender, I thought, on the day. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, he took control of the game at times as well. Driving forward.
Probably give him a 7. I would have given him, but I thought he had a really good game as well. Though he did. He was the one player.
Didn't do anything wrong.
I'll actually.
He done well. What are you on about?
I'll actually agree with you, Lee, because he was one of those players who was picking the ball up. Sometimes when a game's tight, man, someone pick the ball up and be a bit brave, drive, and he was doing that. So yeah, give him an 8.
William Saliba.
Decent today. 7, kept Vardy quiet. You could see what they were trying to do. They were going long up to Vardy every time, hoping that he could maybe spin in behind and that, but he didn't get no joy at all today. 7.
Yeah, solid performance. I thought him and Gabriel just had to do their job today. It wasn't like they was going to be overly excelled today, so you just have to concentrate, make sure you do everything right. I thought he done very, very well. 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Giving Saliba a 7. Do you do the same for Gabriel? Do you mark higher?
I do with Gabby as well. Not as lethal on the old corners and that today, but listen, his main job is to keep that clean sheet today because we know we ain't got the firepower at the moment. So and he done that very, very well, defended well. Good, solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, solid as a rock he was today. As I said, the tactic was get Vardy in spinning and he didn't get no joy. We've seen Vardy over the year. I think that's one of the first times he scored against us. He normally always scores against us. So they kept him so quiet today. 8. 7, sorry.
7. Now, we might have twisted Robbie up a little bit here because if you're giving Duran Timber an 8 and then you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly to do now.
He's going to get an 8 as well because that clearance that he did, that would have made it 1-0 to Leicester. Yeah. That was unbelievable. If you watch it back, at first I thought, I thought he missed. I thought their guy missed it and I'm like, that's an absolute open goal. Yeah. But he actually gets a little, Lewis-Skelly tracks him and gets a little foot to it. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And that alone deserves that 8 because if that goes in, we're maybe not out here talking about a win. That was a vital tackle.
At that age, making them important interceptions.
Yeah, listen, that's part of his job, but I thought he was one of our better players today, particularly in the first half. I thought really in the first half, no one played really well apart from the defenders, and I felt that he played really, really well. And for that defensive bit of, I'm going to say that, it was a key moment. If he doesn't do that, we go 1-0 down, we don't win this game. So, 8 out of 10.
Okay, let's go into midfield. Let's go Thomas Partey, Lee.
6 out of 10.
6?
Yeah, I don't think, he done okay. I thought he was okay. There was a couple of good things he done.
First half was bad. Second half, though, he picked up, no?
Yeah, he picked up, but 6 out of 10. He didn't do anything breathtaking today. The one thing I did like was when he chased down Vardy down the flank and then played it inside and all that. Listen, he's had better games, and but at the end of the day, 6 out of 10 ain't a bad performance. Yeah, it's above average, and that's what he did.
I think it's probably a 6 as well because he's done some really good things, but then he done some bad things as well, like when he gave the ball away. And I think that led to that attack with Skelly, and that could have been a goal, So he was a bit sloppy at times, but then other times he's picking the ball up, driving, It was a real mixed bag for him today, so I think I'll give him a 6 as well.
Okay, interesting. Let's go further forward then to Martin Odegaard.
First off, I was like, bro, come on, Martin, man, we need you. These are. It's now that we really need vintage Odegaard because, we've got no striker, we're going to need you. Yeah. But the second half, I thought he really stepped up, It was a real captain's performance in the second half. There's one time he tried to rile up the crowd. He didn't need to do that because the crowd was really getting into it and it was kind of like, we need you guys. But he really stepped up in the second half. I think it's probably going to be a 7 for him.
Yeah, exactly that. I felt first half, I think like most of them, he was poor.
Yeah, he was bad.
From an attacking point of view. But I thought in the second half when we needed him, he steps up. And 7 out of 10, yeah.
7. Okay. I think you guys were fair with the first half. He was dreadful. Let's go to Declan Rice, Lee.
If I could give halves, it would be a 7.5. But I think it was just a little bit better. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought second half, I thought he was a driving force in that second half. First half, not great. I'm going to say that as we've said. But when it really mattered, I thought he drove us forward, interceptions, and I do think at the beginning of the game, the chance that from Wanyeri, that's when we started to really lift up, and that was from him winning the ball and driving forward. So, yeah, 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I agree with Lee. He looked a bit out of sorts in the first half, but in the second half, he was a colossus, doing what Declan Rice does, winning tackles, driving forward. He was everywhere. He looked absolutely shattered at the end of the game, but he really, when you talk about effort, fight, like warrior spirit in a game like this, he epitomised it. I thought he was really good in that second half. 8.
8 as well, yeah? Okay, cool. Ethan Wanyeri, Robbie.
I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was excellent today. He was the one player. I was almost like, get him the ball, just give it to him, give it to him every time.
What did the girl say at the corner? He said, just take the corner yourself and run. Do something.
She said, you do everything. Just take the corner, run in there, do everything. He was brilliant. He's brilliant. He's 17, this kid. He's kind of our Yamal, I'm telling you, and that strike he had, hit the crossbar. He had an assist. He was
everything.
The only threat up front until Marino came on was from him, wasn't it? Until Marino lifted up, Trossard when he moved out to the left. But I thought today he was brilliant. I'm going to give him a 9.
Yeah, I ain't going to argue that. I just think that everything good about Arsenal today was through him. The one that hit the post, very, very unlucky. I think that was a spark that we needed. Yeah. And then, in the first half, he was the only one from an attacking point that looks dangerous whatsoever. So I thought he was our best player, and an unbelievable cross, by the way, for the goal. So 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Is it an issue that we're relying on a 17-year-old to really hold the whole team up?
Yeah, well, you can say that, but he's 17. He's good enough. Yeah, I don't care.
I don't think it's an issue because Barcelona, as I said, Yamal. He's 17 or just turning up. He turned 18 now, but in the Euros for Spain, he did it. You know what I mean? So if you're good enough,
you're old enough.
This kid is good enough, man. He is some player. We've seen young players in the past come in, your Rooney's and people like that. He's some player. He really is, man. And I even see him when he come over to take the corner. He's just so confident. All the crowd singing his name. He just ignored that. He's focused on delivering. I think we've got a real find here. We really have.
I agree with that. Leandro Trossard, Lee.
6 out of 10. I thought he only come to life when he went out wide. I thought other than that he was non-existent. Really struggled in that role.
He got the assist, fair.
And then when he went out wide, the great cross from Marino's second goal looks a little bit more lively. Definitely that's the position for him. But as I say, he contributed in that last 20 minutes, and that pushed him up from probably a 5 to a 6.
Yeah, 6 I'd agree with because of the assist.
Yeah.
Up until that, like Lee said, he was non-existent in the game. Didn't look comfortable in the middle. I don't think we're going to be able to play him there. Left is the place to play him.
Okay. Raheem Sterling, Robbie. Our Jamaican counterpart.
He had an absolute nightmare today, man. I mean, what can I say? I started to feel sorry for him. I don't like...
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
I remember when we did that interview with Abue.
Oh, yeah.
And we was talking about that. That was starting to get towards that. Like, the amount of times he was offside for starters at the start. Then I'm like, take people on. He kept like he had no confidence, kept cutting in.
He ran the ball out of play once.
Then when he did take someone on, he ran it straight out of play. Then, I mean, we did win. We
won. That's all you need to know. We won.
What did you... come here one second.
We won.
He's asking me, what did you make of Raheem Sterling's performance?
Bad.
That's all we're saying.
That's right.
But
we won. We won.
Fair.
No. All right. He said, don't be negative. I'm trying not to be negative, but as he said...
He was bad today.
He had a bad performance, and that's all I'm saying. Yeah? He had a poor game. I don't think it's got to be like a 3. You know what I mean? He had a nightmare. I think Raheem had a nightmare today. You know what I mean? You could see when he came off, his head was down. Listen, it's the first game of him coming in and starting, but he's going to have to do better than that.
He's gonna. We rely on him.
We need him. He's one of these players that need to step up, and he didn't today. He had an absolute shocker. We have to be real about it.
We have to be real. Raheem the dream, Raheem the nightmare. Robbie was saying over there.
Raheem nightmare,
Yeah, look, listen, you can't say anything different to what Robbie said. Like, you know, just look, I feel for him. You know, his confidence is shattered. I will give him one bit of credit, and that's why I'm going to give him a 3 as well. That he never hid. He carried on going. Like, you know, when you're having a game like that, it's quite easy like hide and don't want the ball. He did try to affect the game at times, like, but it just didn't happen for him, like, you know. But that's all I can say about it.
We'll rattle through the subs quickly. Before we do that, do you start the same front three as started today, because to keep his confidence? Because one fan made a point. He said you kill him completely if you drop him.
I wouldn't, because as well, Trossard, I want to see him on that left. I think he didn't look very effective through the middle. So I wouldn't know.
So okay. So would you drop Sterling for next?
No. Listen, the guy's come in and scored 2 goals and won us the game.
Yeah.
But he's nailed on for West Ham.
Okay. All right, let's rattle through the subs. I think that was 4. Let's start with Calafiori.
7 out of 10. He made a contribution for the second goal. Defended well. Smashed one of their players, which should have been done.
Yeah. I'm sure I knew you loved that.
Which should have been done like half hour ago. Before that, like, you know, come on and prove that he wanted it. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Well done.
Well remembered.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah. You like that? Okay. Jorginho,
come on as well. Solid, showed his experience when that player was getting away from him, just chopped him down. Didn't get a red card, Michael Oliver, right?
Yeah,
sensible yellow card, which is what it should
well.
be, right? But yeah, no, he showed his experience when he came on, so we give him a 6.
6 out of 10, yeah, maybe even a 7 for that foul. Because, like, you know, sometimes you have to do it, but
you've got to use this. You've got to use this.
He come on at a tricky stage, you know what I mean, and one done it. We ain't got it.
So yeah, okay. So you agree with on Jorginho. I want to save.
Got to be on him, innit? Mikel Merino.
Let's do it then.
It's just a 10.
Straight 10.
10.
It's a straight 10.
Wow, yeah, we like that.
The guys come on and won us the game.
Yeah. 10. No more needs to be said.
You know, sometimes like it'd be like Mikel Arteta would say, "Go on, win it, go and win us the game." He did it.
It's the man we're crying out.
It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to.
How long was he on for? 15 minutes?
21 minutes he was.
21 minutes.
So and he didn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, you got two chances, 2 goals.
2 goals. Like he's won us the game.
Yeah.
So
and he nearly got a hat trick. He nearly got a hat trick as well. 10, straight 10, man.
Yeah, you know, I can't argue that. Like he tried a little. He tried.
He tried that flick. Yeah, and he got intercepted. Yeah, that was.
No.
9. No, yeah.
So we upgraded to a 10.
Yeah, 10.
And he's got a great song as well. 10.
Big up. Okay, Kieran Tierney to finish for the sub.
Oh, he should have scored at the end. Like, what was he doing? What was you doing, Kieran? Like, you know what I mean, like, he come on 6 out of 10. He done all right.
Yeah. 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. All right, cool.
It's amazing, isn't it, that we all thought he'd be gone. He's still here, and he's going to have a big part to play between now and the end of the season. It's crazy.
The
referee football goes.
The referee say let a lot go.
Bias.
But for them.
Yeah, I thought we'd give him everything.
Yeah, I thought at first, at first I thought he was allowing a lot. He was allowing a lot for them and for us. But once the crowd kind of got on him a couple of times, he started giving a lot of hometown decisions. But
he didn't give that red card, like you said. He gave a yellow when he did a tactical foul.
I don't think he was dreadful, but probably a 6.
He's got a box of Fox's biscuits.
I like them.
In the dressing room.
That's a good biscuit. All right, so if Marino's a 10, then Mikel Arteta's a 10.
Nah. No, he's not a 10, because I thought the first half was dreadful, you know what I mean? And I was like, I thought the man went to Dubai to recuperate, and I was like, or was they just on the beach? You know what I mean? It was on the beach, man, and too much. I don't know, I was like, that first half was atrocious. Second half, big him up, the substitutions,
found internal solutions that you spoke about.
Found internal solutions, so I'm going to give him a 7. Was that first? No, you know what it is, right?
7 feels a bit hard.
You know why, Cecil, right? That first half, we're playing a team that is second from bottom in the league. You could see, Lee, you know this place. Normally you come here, it's rocking. The place was flat with their fans because obviously, they're feeling down, they've got problems, you know what I mean? They're fearful. And we didn't strike no fear into them in the first half. We made it easy for them in that first half. And I didn't think that was good enough, that first half.
And that's on Arteta?
Second, Well, he's the manager, isn't he?
Yeah, no, I'm just.
But now I'm giving him big credit for the second half. He's obviously gotten into them. They've stepped it up, and the substitutions. So I'm going to give him a 7.
Is that fair? In the second half, he stepped it up.
I agree and I don't agree, but I do. What I'm going to say is you're playing against a team that's down the bottom of the league. If you'd done that against Nottingham Forest, I would turn around and say that's an 8 or a 9. But I thought in that first half, you know what I mean? Come on, like I was bored. I was yawning. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you got to be getting into the minute, like.
W.H. Smith trying to get a book. It's that bad.
But then did he not earn his?
That's what he's there to do.
Did he earn his wage at the second half? He went at the half time. He said, listen. He must have said, buck up your ideas, and it worked.
Yeah, yes, but I don't think you can say that was a good performance today. It worked.
No, it wasn't a good performance.
We love late goals. It gets us excited, and that Marino's come on, and that's helped him a lot. But that first half was dreadful. Honestly, we cannot keep doing this. We can't. You know what I mean? You don't win games a lot of times in one half. You've got to play 2 halves. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Remember the position they're in. We should be coming here and stepping on. I know the whole striker problems and that, but listen, we got to do better than that. That first half was awful.
So you agree? So what, you didn't give me a rating for
7 out of 10. I'm with him. I ain't going to argue with him. He's giving me a lift home.
All right, and then lastly, which you've all mentioned at some stage throughout today in the interviews, the fans who, Arsenal fans today.
Brilliant fans were today. You know what I mean? They kept with the team. You know what I mean? All right, I know a few of them were sort of losing it a bit with Sterling, but they kept with the team, and the scenes at the end was fantastic, man. It's what away days are all about, man. I don't give the fans a. What do we give them today?
I'm giving them a 9 because I don't like the booing at the end with Sterling.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
So that weren't right. And also, look, listen, what I will big up the Arsenal fans were that the energy, considering we're all down about the transfer window and I thought that was fantastic today, and they kept that up. Look, we was all moaning at half time. There's loads of people not happy and all that. But I saw you.
I saw you at half time as well.
I was not moaning. You know, I
could hear it from where we were.
I could hear him. I mean, he was there, right? He was a guy. He was a guy he was talking to, and he's going like.
Them two. They were. You and Russ.
No, hold on a minute.
That's that guy with the grey hair.
Yeah, that's Andy. Because he wished he was hoping that I lost in the semi-final last week. I was giving him a bit of stink nothing to do about the Arsenal. I honestly think at the end of the day that the fans were upbeat. They come back out in the second half, kept with the team, and that is the thing we've got to realise. Forget about the board. Forget about the owners.
Talk about that though, because they were singing Kroenke out though.
Yeah. Forget about all of that. It's the players. They're the ones you've got to back, and they've not. They don't sign people. You've got to give them that, and that's the way you've got to keep with, and that's why I'm keeping with them. And they proved it today, and they didn't let me down. So that's it for me. And then to the fans today, definitely 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. And the Kroenke out. Anything onwards? Hearing that so early on before the game.
We heard some of that before the game. You know what I mean? But listen, I was just happy with the way the fans reacted, like Lee said. You see what I'm saying about the fans? Brilliant today.
Good energy.
Brilliant today. The energy's still there, and like Lee said, with the doom and gloom that we've had this week around signings, the way the fans rallied, fantastic.
And the Newcastle result, as well.
Amen.
So I know, boys. I'm from Leicester, but fuck it. Oh, sorry, no, that's why I was. But yeah,
you're gonna get the final word. How do you feel about today?
You know what, Marino, get him in the central position.
Great result, boys.
He's
great result.
Centre forward, but we need to get someone in there right now. If the board ain't doing something about it, we fancy get the protest out and get something about it, yeah, boys.
Brother, enjoy the rest of your day,
boys.
Mate. Take care. That is it for the player ratings. We are done here. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and like the video.
80 minutes of shit.
That's it.